You know, they say a picture speaks 1,000 words. And I'm going to give you a 1,000-word story about the changing face of the restaurant business in this country in exactly one picture. And that's it. That's it. I'm not kidding. I'm done. They said 15 minutes. I needed one. Much like your 2 weeks. Okay, but seriously. This business is, this clicker is not working. Okay, but seriously. So, I'm going to take you through a couple of quick things that have really made a massive difference in the restaurant business in this country over the last, I'd say, 8 to 10 years, and specifically over the last 5. The first one is something that Hussain talked about a little while ago, social media. Social media has killed us. You know, we used to wait for critics. And we would wait with fear and trepidation that, oh my God, I'm going to get reviewed. And we'd wait in the morning to say, what are these guys going to say? Now, everyone's a critic. And we get up every single morning, look at our Twitter feed, we check Snapchat, we're looking at Facebook, we're looking at Insta, we're looking at Insta stories, and a million other things. Not to mention, we're Googling ourselves and our own restaurants. Who's got something to say? It's gone ballistic. Everyone's a critic. Everyone's a photographer. Really great cameras. That makes stuff really hard for us. And that makes stuff really hard because now we don't just have to worry about food tasting great. We have to worry about how it looks. We have to worry about what someone's going to think about the plate. And that's why things are changing really dramatically. Today, nobody's serving you food in plates. You're getting food in shovels, in toy trains. I'm waiting for the day someone puts it in a bathroom mug. I really hope that doesn't happen. Moving on. You guys, customers are more educated than ever before. You know what you want. You're well-traveled. You've read so much. And you watch MasterChef Australia. So suddenly, you know a hell of a lot more than we do. But it's true. Look, why are we in this business? We're in the business for you guys. And the real catalyst to the changing restaurant business in this country is each and every one of you as customers. If you guys didn't push the boundaries, if you guys didn't critique us, we wouldn't do all the stuff that we did. We would never change. You know, when I was growing up, there were 3 types of food in this country. Indian, Chinese, Punjabi, and what we called continental. Continental was a mishmash of everything. If it had pasta in it, if there was pizza on the menu, if there was a white sauce and a red sauce, it was continental. Story over. And in Mumbai specifically, it was like going back to school. Because you'd go to a restaurant and you'd exercise your creativity. Without talking about a specific community, they said, school, if you took white paint and you took red paint and you mixed them together, you'd get pink paint. Let's make pasta with pink sauce. And I'm sure some of you in this room are familiar with it because I can see you guys smiling. But that said, restaurants themselves have evolved. Restaurants were of 3 types. Either you had the simple family places that you would go to, or you had the slightly fancier places, and then you had the 5-star hotels. Today, every category has a million categories in it. Chinese doesn't really exist. Today, it's Pan-Asian. And within that, you have Japanese and Korean and Vietnamese and Thai, and it never ends. Even within those, you'll have categories. There's a guy who does sushi, there's somebody else who does ramen, but you guys know a lot about that. In the same vein, if you look at this whole continental space, earlier it used to be if you had pasta, pizza, and maybe a salad on your menu, you were Conti. Now there are French restaurants, there are Spanish restaurants, there are Italian restaurants, and then there are restaurants that put them all 3 together and call themselves modern contemporary European. And it works beautifully. Bars are changing. India used to drink whiskey. In fact, we drank more black label in this country than was produced in the world. And a lot of it was coming out of some really dubious places. But that's changing too. Today you're talking about cocktails. Gin is back. Jaeger bombs. No, oh, sorry, I'm talking to school. Change of topic. But hey, listen. Truly, the real reason that restaurant business in this country is changing is each and every one of you. Well-traveled, well-read, curious, aspirational minds. Waiters, service staff, chefs can't make a fool out of guests anymore. Not that they used to, but they really can't pretend that something is not what it is, what it truly is. And the other great thing that has come about because consumers have changed and consumers are more well-read is that today we realize that substance is as important as form. So it's not just about presentation. And let me tell you, that's not just about the restaurant business. That's a little learning for anything that you do. Substance is always going to be as important as form. Okay. Tech failure. Doesn't matter. Someone fix this while I continue. Let's talk about a great disruptor. Another thing that's changed the face of the restaurant industry is, anyone? No. Scootsie, Swiggy, Uber Eats. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Now nobody needs to come to my restaurant because they can eat at home. But hey, listen, that's actually a good thing because now every single person has access to top quality food, top quality chef's produce in the comfort of their home. But that comes with its own set of stress for us as restaurateurs. What you eat in a restaurant when it's served to you then is not going to taste the same as it does at home. Yet, we still go ahead and sign up with these guys because it allows us a larger footprint where I have X amount of space and I can bring in X amount of customers. Now I have this fantastic opportunity sitting in front of me to reach out to hundreds of more people, whether at work, whether at offices, and that makes all the difference. Okay, I went up or down a bit. Let's go back up to the previous one. Everything is available. Unlike when I was growing up, where I had two choices at every meal. I was a really lucky kid. I had two choices at every meal: eat or starve. You should have met my parents. They still do that. Today, I can sit in Mumbai and I can have a Chilean sea bass, I can have Japanese edamame, I can have Thai galangal right here. And it's fresh, it's not frozen. More importantly, when I say everything is available, there's a massive movement towards more local produce. We are truly realizing the real value of our own country and the produce that comes out of this country. And it is amazing. It's truly amazing. People are moving into organics. People are realizing that what we have as a culture, as a food culture, going back to the Bhagavad Gita, is truly fantastic. There's a fantastic move towards eating healthier, eating cleaner. And I'm not talking about fad diets like someone's keto, someone's a vegetarian, someone's a vegan, someone is gluten-free, someone is dairy-free. I'm not referring to those. I'm talking about the real essence of food. And the real essence of food is that food has to be good for your gut. It has to nurture your gut, and that's what Indian ingredients do. My last point to you guys is that the most interesting thing that has happened over the last 10 years is we as restaurateurs and as a community, we don't compete with each other anymore. There's this massive, fantastic movement of collaboration. Today, restaurateurs are popping up their properties within other people's properties. There are restaurateurs that are going out to homegrown brands and saying, why don't you guys pop up within us? There are restaurateurs as a community that are being built and coming together and saying, why don't we go to the landlords who kill us on rent all the time, but let's not go as one. Let's go as 6 guys together and build hubs, because food and beverage is always fantastic in hubs. I'm going to end this in a few minutes with a little video that I want you guys to see, which will truly resonate with everything that everybody else has talked about as well. That's it. That's all I got for you guys. Anything you guys want to reach out to me, feel free to.